Hello everybody, and thank you for watching this video. I got a couple questions, comments from some people that are curious about getting into heating their house with an outdoor wood boiler. So I'm going to give you a quick little tour of what I got going on, what it looks like on the inside. If you got any questions, comments, or anything, give me a shout. I'll answer them for you, I hope. I'll get started. Let me get you out of the tripod. At least it's nice and warm today. Well, actually, we're in the basement, so. Okay, so right here, the first thing you had to do when we got started was you got to punch a hole in the wall. It was a little bit challenging, but if you have access to a hammer drill, I'm not talking a Harbor Freight one, I'm talking a pretty heavy duty like a Hilti. Maybe, I rented mine, it was like $50, but it really made the job a lot easier because the walls are actually harder than you'd think. So outside I dug a trench, I'm probably down maybe 44 inches. I came to the house, like I said, I punched that hole with the Hilti. I tried doing it without the Hilti, with the regular small little hammer drill I got. It didn't work. Right next to it, I don't know if you could see, I got some of the conduit. I ran the power out to the stove. It's just a regular 110, 15 amp service, or 20 amp if you got the 12 gauge wire. It all depends on what service you have available, but a regular 15 amp will be fine. It works plenty. Right next to it is the plate heat exchanger. Some people try to bypass this, but I would not recommend it because if you get a meltdown on your stove and it overheats, if the power goes out and nobody's home, it's possible. It's just going to keep pumping that hot water. We're not going to pump the hot water through, but the hot water won't be circulating because the power will be out, but eventually it might throw enough heat into your system and you might get blown up in your copper line. So I have a gas-fired hot water radiant heat in my house. So that heating unit down there, I want to say it's 80,000 BTUs. I think I paid like $350 for it, right around there. It might even be 100,000 BTUs. I'm not 100% sure, but I would get the biggest you can. Over here, it's a little Taco or a taco pump, depending on how you say it. It's a Taco 007. I found that works pretty good for me. I have approximately maybe 30 feet of hose outside. This is all central boiler hose. Shark fittings are the easiest way to go. So definitely you're going to spend the money on shark fittings, but it makes life a lot easier. I did not do a professional installation. I just got the hoses in the house. I got lazy. Don't mind this right here. That's for my water system. I got well water. So that little pipe loops around. Don't mind that big tank. It's got nothing to do with this for my filter system in my house. Over here, I got a little temperature gauge I like to compare it to outside to see how close I am. This is on the outside, this temperature gauge. It's not actually in the water. I just got it put on there with a little hose clamp. So it's probably off maybe 10, 20 degrees from the outside temperature. So right now I want to say it's like at 165. So there's a heat exchanger. The water comes in. I'll go back on this section here. The water comes in, goes to here, goes straight down. The heat exchanger keeps the water separated from the house boiler and my outside wood boiler. So the waters never touch each other. They just, the heat exchanges by all these little copper brass fins in there. So the water comes through, goes down, and it comes back out. And it goes back to this, return back to the heater. And you can see this pump is in line. It comes down. The pump, let me see if I can get that. There's that little thing I showed you, my little temperature gauge I put on there myself. just to get an idea. I should have put it in the water, but unfortunately I didn't do it. And now it's together. I'm not looking to take it back apart. So that water comes to the pump. It goes to the bottom, goes through there, and comes back out and goes to the outside wood boiler again to get reheated. I'm not sure if you know, but in regards to that Taco 007, most people would think that the faster you pump the water, the more heat you would get out of it. That's not true. The slower the water circulates, the more heat it's going to exchange and pull out of the unit and give it to your heater. So just because it's faster will not give you more heat. You have to slow it down a little. And that'll extract and get more heat out of the water before it pushes it back out to the stove. So that little plate over there, it comes out and it goes to the bottom of my furnace, which is right here. And I got 2 zones on mine. Don't mind this little flashlight. I got 2 zones on my heater, my little boiler. It's got a little temperature gauge. I'll click this light on so you can see. I don't know if you can see that at all. It's got its own little temperature gauge so I could kind of cheat and look at it. That ain't a good view. So right now, my stove, or say my water temperature is about 180 in there. That guy's a phone number, friend of mine, fixes furnaces. Good dude. I did replace these pumps before. They're not that hard to do. So this big old one, I had 2 of them. One was blue and one was red. Color really don't matter, I don't think. But I did replace them, so they're not too hard to do. Just got to take your time. The hardest part is bleeding the air out. I did replace that one on January of 18. I replaced it. So I got 2 zones. The water always keeps flowing in regards to some zones completely shut off, but not mine. So even though my pumps aren't pumping the water, I do get some residual heat coming from the unit itself. And it warms up the water inside the furnace and it makes heat. Some people say I should get to close the 2 systems together and just keep the water in the heater, but I'm not looking to go that route. So the water comes from that the heat exchanger, plate exchanger. It goes into the furnace, it gets split, it comes back, it goes behind the furnace, and then it goes back to the bottom of the unit there. So just remember, faster circulation is not better in regards to trying to get more heat out of out of the water. It's pretty, I don't want to say it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just time consuming to get it hooked up. But once you get it hooked up, and when it's going good, you can walk around your house in your underwear all day long and all the time. So if you got any questions, let me know. I'll be more than happy to answer them for you if I can, which I should be able to, I hope. There's a lot of other people out there that want you to buy their products and give answers, but unfortunately it's trial and error. So, and you'll also be amazed at that little heat box down there, plate exchanger. It makes a lot of heat. So my basement is probably, I don't know, say 25 by 35, and it's pretty toasty down here. It's like 65. And before I put this together, when I used to keep it down here in the wintertime, it would probably be 55. So, but anyways, thank you for watching the video. Any questions, give me a yell. I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like on the inside, so you get some idea as to what you might be up against. It's really not hard. Don't be intimidated. It's not scary. Just take your time. And once you get your pipe inside the house, From the boiler, that was the hardest part, getting through the concrete. The rest is just putting it together. And like I said, make sure everything I use is 1 inch fittings. You definitely got to get the 1 inch shark fittings. It makes life a lot easier. So thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll see you soon. Thank you.